Hi everyone, let's talk about implicit differentiation. We know y is a function of x, and we learned x prime is 1, but y prime is not 1, just stay there. Because x is a destination, is the end. Y is not, y is a function of x. And another thing is the equal sign, the left side and the right side, if we add minus a same number, or we times divided by a non-zero same number, both sides are balanced. Now we want to do the same fancy operation on both sides of the equal sign. We do the derivative. So then still balanced. Okay, if you understand all these, then we are ready to do the examples. So first we want to know the y prime. We copy the equation here. Then we do the fancy operation on both sides of the equal sign. That is derivative. Then we know this cosine, the derivative is negative sine y. And since y is not the destination, we base on the chain rule is times y prime. Then the right side, based on the addition rule, here is this derivative minus this 5 derivative. So the first one is 4 jump down is 20. Then x 4 minus 1. Then 5, the constant prime is 0. Here you don't need a time x prime. We know x is destination is 1. But the y is not. So your y prime, you need to stay there, is not 1. Then we could get a y prime. You see, this y prime is dy over dx. Now let's find the slope. We know slope is y prime at this given point. So the slope is y prime, x is 1, y is half pi. Then we just replace x and y by 1 and half pi. So is negative 20 times 1 cube, just 1, divided by sine 90 degree is 1. So is negative 20. So that's the slope. Now let's do the second one. So we just do the fancy derivative operation on both sides. And here, it's just this term, the derivative plus this. So the first one, 1 over 5, jump down, x 1 over 5 minus 1. Because x is a destination, x prime is 1, so you don't need to write down. But here is same 1 over 5 jump down y, 1 over 5 minus 1. But since y is not the destination, you need by the chain rule y prime. Then 2 prime is 0. Then we clean up x to the power of negative 4 over 5 plus negative 4 over 5, and the y prime is 0. So we get the y prime. Or you could combine the exponent or just upside down, remove this negative. Okay, now let's do the next question. You want to get the second order derivative. First, let's get the first order derivative. We do the fancy derivative on both sides. So first term, the derivative is 2 jump down times 5, 10, then 2 minus 1 x. Then x prime is 1 because x is a destination. And the second one, the 2 jump down, y, then 2 minus 1. So here is 1 times y prime based on the chain rule. Here is 0. Now we could get the first order derivative, negative 10x divided by 2y. So simplify is 5x over 1. Okay, after we get the first order derivative, so y prime equals negative 5x over y, we copy here. Then we both sides of the equal sign, we do this fancy same derivative operation again. Then the left side is just a second order derivative. Then the right side, we apply the quotient rule. Then we know x prime, because x is destination, so it's 1. So simply just 5y, then y prime stay there. Then because we already get the y prime, so we replace y prime by this negative 5x over y. Then we know here has a y, so times y here, remove this y down to become y cubed. Then for the top, we get the factor 5 out. So the numerator here is y squared plus 5x squared. This is, based on the question, is 4. Then we simply just replace this top by 4. Then we get the very simple answer.